Okay, so my next question is, you talked about giving workshops, right? Like conducting
Yeah,
workshops.
yeah.
So what was the biggest motivational factors you noticed for people to get into gardening? Like what motivated them?
Okay. Um, See, I'll give you two scenarios. Okay, one is like pre-pandemic, like before pandemic, people who were interested in gardening, but had were more or less they were facing some issues. Either the plants were dying, or they were not
Mm-hmm.
able to set up the garden they want the way they wanted to, or they were like having a lot of pest problems. So they were the ones who were interested in the workshops. But post pandemic,
Yeah.
because of the lockdown and the fact that people realized, like, being at home and the small, simple joys and pleasures that, gardening brought around. So
Yeah.
now people, I think, are more interested in gardening. And even if they don't have, see, earlier I had participants who had like a very definitive goal about कि ये सीखना है मुझे, I want to learn this specific
Mm-hmm.
thing about gardening. So whether it was kitchen gardening or even in kitchen gardening a specific thing, or they were looking for answers for some of their questions or some of their problems.
Yeah.
So that it was earlier that way, but post pandemic, I think everyone wants to give it a hand and like give it a shot. So I'm seeing a lot of participants and the first timers who are beginners, and I really like that.
Okay, so this happened post-pandemic, like a
At least I
increase.
saw a rise in that. Okay,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say post-pandemic, but I definitely saw a rise in the number because earlier it was people who were already into gardening or were interested in gardening but were facing some issues. Now I have a lot many more beginners,
Mm-hmm.
and in fact I did change my a little bit brand messaging also, and now I want it to go for the beginners, people who are like very overwhelmed or confused or not sure whether or what they want to go for it, or if they go for it, what will it, what does it involve and all of that. So
Yeah.
now, in fact, even I like the fact that beginners should give it a shot.
Okay, that's quite amazing. Even I have thought to give it a shot, like while I got into the project. So, yeah, I bought a few succulents, so I'm
Okay.
experimenting with them currently.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, okay. So, you started it in 2015, right?
Yeah, on a personal level.
Okay.
Like gardening, yeah, gardening I started in 2015.
So, what were the major drawbacks or setbacks or problems you faced as a beginner?
Um, See, I tell you where I went wrong and where most of the people go wrong. Okay,
Yeah, sure.
when you see a plant and there is some problem, whether there is a pest attack or the plant is not growing the way you would ideally want it to.
Mm-hmm.
See, people try to address the plant. The problem is in the soil.
Yeah.
It is the soil. You get the soil right, you can grow any kind of plant.
Okay.
So what you are seeing is the plant, but the main thing is happening inside the soil, inside the pot. So getting your soil right is the crux of gardening. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that is where everything happens, and that is where I went wrong, and that is what even I teach. Focus on the soil. The plant is just what you can see, but the main thing happens inside the soil.
Okay.
So that is one thing that I'm trying to pass on the message.
Okay, the soil. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, and also people are very much people segment gardening a lot. As in, I want to grow this particular plant, I want to grow that particular plant, I want this. And like, see, what I want to say is, you study the soil, you
Mm-hmm.
understand the soil, and then you can grow any kind of plant that you want to grow because now you know exactly how to tweak the soil according to the plant.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, because information about the plant is available on Google,
Mm-hmm.
okay? But what is unavailable is how do you tweak the soil according to the plant.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the things that I do cover up in my workshops or courses or anywhere, or even otherwise also this is the message that I'm trying to pass on. Like, focus on the soil, I mean, not on the plant.
Okay, so I guess you learned all of this through, or like over time and experimentation.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So what was your go-to for the problems you faced? Like, you read books or you Googled them or you had an
Very frankly,
expert
I
help?
didn't have a perfect go-to. That's the reason I got into this profession. Very frankly, अगर
Oh.
मेरे पास go-to होता तो मैं go-to देख लेती, अपना problem solve कर लेती, आगे निकल लेती, है ना? मैं क्यों business खोल के बैठ जाती यहाँ पे? The point is I didn't have a go-to.
Okay, so you're forming the perfect
See,
solution.
what I'll tell you a lot of things. What happens is, at least in past 2 years, a lot of there are a lot many blogs and websites that have come up. But if you see something before 2-3 years, it was, or even now, it is predominantly like if you Google something about some plant or care or anything or maintenance tips, care tips, when you Google, the first websites that come up are generally the websites that are websites or blogs based in Europe, because
Yeah.
gardening has been, they have been gardening for a very long time. So because of the SEO, they get pushed up. The problem is we staying in India, we face a lot of, there is a lot of difference in the climate,
Yeah,
We
right.
have the tropical and the subtropical one. So a lot of suggestions that they are giving, it's absolutely right, but it doesn't apply to us,
Okay. Yeah,
and
because
we need to tweak that.
of.
So, even if you have seen any of my YouTube videos, I keep telling them, try to visit the blogs and the websites and the YouTube channels based in India or around India or Indian subcontinent, or if not, at least something that is based in tropical and subtropical climate, so that those tips are relevant to you. Otherwise, the tips are like kind of useless for you. So that is what I always try to tell them, and I didn't have a go-to. That's the reason I started the entire business. Okay, so now somebody else will have a go-to. Like, अगर हमसे नहीं हो रहा है तो यार हम रीमा को पूछ सकते हैं.
Yeah, right. You're becoming a go-to for the beginners.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So, do you think that people who are fully into their profession, with the working class, will have the time to maintain the gardens?
Exactly. What a beautiful question. Finally, see, that is where I come in.
Okay.
I tell people, you give me your constraints, whether it is time constraints or whether it is your energy constraints. Like, I have the time, but I'm not going to, मेरे को मेहनत नहीं करनी यहाँ पे मेरे garden में. Or you think, यार, it's a space constraint, यार, मेरा balcony इतना छोटा है कि वो उसमें कुछ बैठेगा ही नहीं. I'm like, throw the problems, the constraints that you are facing, and I'll come up with a solution. And I really think it is a myth that has been created that your garden needs so much of time and all of that. Even 2-3 minutes a day is more than enough. Like, you just have to water the plants and it's more than enough. Of course, I suggest that you spend more time with the plants, but that is optional.
Okay.
On a mandatory scale, I think 2-3 minutes just to water the plants is more than enough. Other than that, you need some 5-10 minutes on the weekends for the normal care, whatever you'll say, whether you're pruning it or composting or whatever it is. So 5-10 minutes on weekends and 2-3 minutes on every day is more than enough. Like, there is this big, because of the fancy things that people keep doing around gardening, the
Right.
core, the essence, the crux of it is lost, and the fact is gardening is not an effort. Gardening doesn't require time. It is actually a no demanding hobby or a passion or a lifestyle. It doesn't demand anything.
Okay. So, even I can get into this then.
Yeah, absolutely. See, the only constraint I feel anybody is missing is the knowledge to go about it.
Okay.
And that is why I have these workshops and the courses. It's because आप सीख लो, आपका जो भी problem है, like, I have tried to address all of this, and you can work around it. Even if you don't have like a lot of space, you can do it. You don't have time, you can do it. So that is what that is all I do basically.
Okay, so that's very adjustable and convenient. Like, that's what
Yeah.
you. Okay. So, are you into consultancy too, like one-on-one consultancy?
Yeah, so, oh wow, this is such a wonderful question. Today morning I had an interview,
Okay.
like for Women's Day. It's called the Women of Influence.
Oh, happy
And
Women's Day,
even the
ma'am.
host asked me, Rima, do you have consultancy one-on-one? And I was like, I don't have it yet, but I'll definitely start it soon. So now you have been asking, so yes, definitely I'll start it. Yeah, ये पक्का चालू कर रहे हैं और इसी हफ्ते चालू कर रहे हैं.
That is pretty amazing. Even I might come to, understand more
Yeah.
about succulents.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So will you be open to tie-ups for consultancy and one-on-one lectures?
Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
Okay, that's amazing. So next, I would like to know is your perspective on automation of gardening, like the use of
Oh,
automating products and reducing the human touch. What do you think about it?
okay. By automation, give me an example. Like आप क्या कर रहे हो? Drip irrigation की kit लगा रहे हो जहाँ पे पानी देने के लिए automate हो गया या कुछ और?
Yeah,
Give
drip
me another.
irrigation is the first level thing, but higher levels like you don't have to do anything. The container is only an automated container, and it is
Okay, so like the self-watering
yeah,
pots and all of
yeah,
that.
like you don't even have to visit it for days, and it'll be all right. That kind of a thing.
Yeah. So again, my question is, if that's the case, why do you want to have plants? See, I have been against, I'll be very frank, and I
Mm-hmm.
have been saying this all over my videos, my social media channels. What is happening is, because of the social media hype, especially because of the Instagram and the Pinterest images that people see,
Mm-hmm.
of the beautiful gardens and the lush green spaces, and like, I want to create a green space. I'm like, that is
Right.
good.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want plants only for aesthetic appeal, that's not a great way to go ahead.
Okay.
At some point, there should be some level of involvement with your plants. And the whole idea of gardening is to develop your relationship with plants and thereby developing your relationship with your nature,
Mm-hmm.
taking you a step closer to nature. Automation is okay, but then I would still say, like, maybe do visit the plant at least. And
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but people view things going wrong. I mean, see, I'll be very frank. If the plant is not growing well, they get worried. I'm like, you have to. It's a beautiful learning phase. Okay, कि ये
Right.
plant के साथ ऐसा हुआ है, इसलिए it is not growing. So it's a journey. It's a learning experience. So why would you avoid it? Why would you automate it? I'm like, if you do not have time, you tell me. I'll design something in such a way that it requires only 2 to 3 minutes a day. But don't automate it to an extent that you are not even acknowledging your plants is something that I would say.
Okay. That's perfectly acceptable because even they're living
Yeah, they're living
substances.
beings. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So, when you say that you design,
But again, I'll say something. Automation, see, it is a perspective. Suppose there are people who have like 100, 150, 200 plants, and if they have a drip irrigation kit installed so that they don't have to go around watering, that makes sense.
mm-hmm.
Okay. I just mean like people who have like 2, 3 plants, and even then they don't like, it's a self-watering plant and you don't even acknowledge those kind of plants, then वहाँ पे automation नहीं थी. So automation is very subjective कि आपके पास काम इतना ज़्यादा हो गया कि if the automation is helping you, it's
Mm-hmm.
good. But at some point you should be involved with your plants
Okay.
and the soil as well.
Okay, so automation works, but only till an extent.
Yeah, only to an extent, yeah.
Okay.
It shouldn't, I'll again say it shouldn't hamper your relationship with the plant. That's the crux.
Yeah, totally got your point. So, when you say that you design it that way so that the consumer is able to adjust the timings and all for the garden,
Yeah.
so what do you exactly design? As in, you design the type of plants they should install or what? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Basically, meaning, see, if you tell me 2, 3 things, like the suggestions work exactly that way. Like, what kind of a space do you have? Because in cities, especially like if I'm working in cities like Mumbai, space is a big constraint.
Mhm.
If space is not the constraint, then the time is the constraint. So, looking at the space and the time that somebody can dedicate, I can accordingly suggest plans. And see, plants. A lot of plants don't need to be watered every day. Alternate day is good. Twice or thrice in a week is good. So we can work around things like that. So that if you tell me like you don't have so much of time, we can do that. We can have only X number of plants in such a way that you don't have to give a lot of time. But still, 2 to 3 minutes per day is something that I always advise them.
Okay. Okay, got your
See,
point.
this is only an initial hindrance, okay? Because I'll be very frank with you. ये सिर्फ वो होता है ना जो the obstacle that you have in getting started. Because once you have started, and once you are around plants, so slowly you develop interest in a month or two or three, and then you are like, okay, giving it an hour also. You
You
won't
get
have this
attached
time
to
issue
it.
because now you know what you're getting out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Initially, what happens is it is just a hobby, or we should have plants because it is sustainable. We should go green. The people come with these ideologies and then they see only the problems. And I always say the sustainability aspect is always there. Okay.
Right.
Plants are sustainable. Going green is great, but the profound impact that plants have on you and your lifestyle is amazing. And these obstacles or the constraints exist only till the time people can experience what the plants are giving them. And once they realize and there is a rapport and a relationship,
Yeah.
with the plants, they'll give it a lot. They'll give a lot more time. Then nothing is an issue.
Yeah, they eventually get attached to it.
Yeah.
So when you say profound impact, so what are the plus points of gardening?
Oh, lot of them. You should see my IGTV live. I speak a lot about the kind of impact plants have on our emotional health, on our mental health, even on our day-to-day basis. And how having plants around is like a meditation or it's like a therapy, and it's amazing. Yeah? And it's only like the happiness factor that plants bring. So I speak a lot about it on my IGTV live. If you ask me now, I'll go on for another hour, so I'll just shut myself up. So, but they have like a very profound impact.
I will surely
especially
go.
on your emotional and mental health. The happiness factor is a lot more there, and they bring in a sense of stability, a calmness, a peace. So especially during a very stressful time now, if you are going through a lot of stress, or it's just like there are too many things lined up and there is a lot of chaos going around.
Yeah.
Plants bring in a lot more sense of calm, peace, and also sense of stability. ठीक है, जो है जैसा है ठीक है, kind of a thing. And you can actually feel it.
The peace of mind comes in.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll surely go through your IGTVs for more information.
Yeah.
Okay. So next, I would like to know your perspective on how home gardening will affect homemakers, especially women,
Okay.
as being a woman. Like how it has affected you. Ma'am, I'd like to ask a personal question if you're okay.
Yeah.
Are you married?
Yeah, I am married.
Okay. So yeah, how has that affected your life?
I mean, I didn't get it. I mean, how has marriage affected my life, or how
No.
having plants at home affected my life?
Okay, so as in getting into gardening as a profession after being a woman has affected your life. Okay, so being a woman, do you think that does it make a difference if a housemaker gets into gardening? Like you were already a working woman, right? But many women are just housemakers and then they get into gardening. So what do you think? Will it be difficult for them to go for it as a profession or?
Okay, if people want to take this up as a profession, is something that you want to ask.
Yeah.
Okay, if homemakers want to take up gardening as a profession, I think that's great. It's just that first and foremost, I want them to, try gardening if they love it. I think it is very nice if they can, start something around gardening. Also, I would ask them to, it's a bigger niche. It can be anything, whatever they like, whether it is kitchen gardening or anything as such, and then they can go about it. Why not?
Okay.
But I think I haven't answered your question satisfactorily. With it, अंदर को आपका question नहीं समझ आया अभी भी.
No, I got the second part absolutely right. What I meant was, does it affect the overall factor of upliftment of women in India? Because in our society, most women are housemakers and they don't really work, even if they want to. And gardening is a very comfortable thing to work from home for women, especially. So,
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's a great way if women want to start. And gardening is the next best thing. And I think they should start, once they have experience, See, I'll tell you there is but I'll be very frank with you, okay?
Yeah.
When you say gardening as such, I will tell you, I am not into a gardening business because I'm an excellent gardener. There are not many gardeners who are way better than me. Okay? What I'm good at is communicating whatever knowledge I have, okay? Or
Yeah.
teaching what I know. Getting my point. So tomorrow when you approach me and say, Rima, I have this problem in gardening, or not even the problem, or I want to learn, I can teach you, I can communicate. Okay? So that is any kind of communication is the trust of any business. So it's not only about being an excellent gardener, they should have a liking towards communication. Even if they're not into the teaching or the coaching business, that is fine. They want to sell something around the class. Still, the kind of marketing that a business involves, they should have a liking for communication, meeting new people, networking. So they have to slightly open up in a way their circle and everything. So I think knowledge is very secondary. If they like networking and they like talking and they are good at communication, I think they can be excellent. They can start a profession, not only in gardening, in anything. And gardening, if they think gardening is easy, I think they should, opt for gardening also.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, but I will again repeat this because I'm not from the science background or anything. Neither I'm not a botanist, I'm not a horticulturist. But why I'm here is because I can communicate effectively, okay? And to a point that a non-gardener or a beginner is starting out and they want to know, I can communicate it so well. I can break things down to simple, like extremely simple things. I can break complex things into simple ones and then I can explain. So that is my forte, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is something that you will need when you come into a profession or a business. So that is something I would like to tell all women, even if they enter the products arena and not a service arena, communication is the key. So that is there.
So you're the solution for us.
For us as in?
No, I meant that you are doing the service, right? So you're the solution for us beginners, like who are looking for it.
Oh, the gardening beginner?
Yeah.
Okay, so for gardening beginners, two things. One is go with a very open mind and open heart and just try it out. And second thing, for all the beginners, I want to say invest in a course. I'm not saying my course, but any course that you find, it will save you a lot of trouble and bad experience, and then you can actually get on with gardening. And enjoy the real things rather than being stuck with the problems that you will be facing initially. So, for all beginners, one is open heart, open mind, and the second thing is invest in a course.
Okay, absolutely noted.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is all from my end. Would you like to add something? Anything in your mind?
Yeah, absolutely. My thing is what you do and what are your future plans is something that I wanted to ask, related to gardening. How do you see this field and what are your plans?
Okay, so personally, I don't have a plan right now. I'm currently studying strategic design management. So so I plan to open a business one day to become an entrepreneur. And when it comes down to gardening, I have picked gardening as a project for now, for this semester, because it is a very unexplored field for my generation at least.
Yeah.
As I've seen in my college and my classmates, so I picked it because it's really different and it was quite interesting.
Yeah.
And my mother does some gardening, like a little at home. We have tomatoes and a few other plants. So I'm a little interested, and because of this project, I am getting interested. So even I might get into it. Yeah, like as a hobby, even I might get into it.
So where are you based in?
My college is in Mumbai, but because of the pandemic situation, I'm currently at my hometown, Raipur, Chhattisgarh.
Pardon? Where?
Raipur, Chhattisgarh.
Raipur.
I'm from Raipur, but
yeah,
my college is in Mumbai.
See, apart from Mumbai, Mumbai is a place where there's space is a big constraint. But if you just leave Mumbai apart, I think all other places, even if their houses are have the terrace and everything.
Yeah.
So gardening is, I think, a must. And I'm so happy to talk to you. And keep in touch. Also, I wanted to ask you, how did you come across my blog on my website?
So I googled top bloggers for gardening, and
Okay.
you were on the
And
list.
my gardener, my
Yeah.
website box.
So I
Yeah, I know.
visited your website. I went through your website, and that's how I found you.
Okay. So that is great. Yeah, please be in touch, and it was
Yes,
nice
ma'am.
talking to you.
Ma'am,
And if you
so
need anything, please feel free to call. Okay?
yeah, thank you so much for your time, ma'am. It actually means a lot.
Yeah.
I got a lot of
Yeah.
important information from you.
Thank you. And do send me the recording. It was, it was like a very nice interview, and it was like I had a
Yes.
lot of fun. Thank
Yeah,
you so
so
much.
did I. Sure, I'll send you the recording. Also, I had one tiny question. Is it okay if I quote some of your statements when I present my
Of course,
interviews?
you can quote, you can publish, you can uh, just yeah, of course, why not? I mean, you quote me and आगे इसका ऊपर डाल दो, बिल्कुल डालो, हमको टैग वैग करो, सोशल मीडिया पे जहाँ कहीं भी डाल दो, तो टैग भी करो,
Yes,
बिल्कुल
ma'am.
करो.
Sure, I will do that.
Oh, lovely, lovely. So we will stay in touch.
Yeah, we will stay in touch.
Okay, thank you, thank
Okay,
you.
thank you so much, ma'am, for your time.
Yeah, thank you so much. Take care. Bye.
Take care. Bye bye.